Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about a recent change that I and my family made in our continuing oral health care journey, and that is to switch up our toothbrush. When I started following Dr. Ellie, learning about xylitol, taking xylitol, um, I started learning about it back in May. I started actually taking xylitol in June. Um, but one of the things that she advocated for was in getting a not too soft and resilient toothbrush. And I'm gonna be real honest here and say that that went in one ear and out the other because I still had toothbrushes in my linen closet that I was going to use because I paid for those toothbrushes. But now that I have made the change, I am hardcore regretting not jumping on the change your toothbrush bandwagon sooner. So today's video is going to be about why I think that I should have changed my toothbrush sooner and why, if you're watching this, you may want to get on the bandwagon and change your toothbrush as well. So just a little bit of background. This is the toothbrush that I was using. And it probably looks like a lot of the toothbrushes that you guys out there are using. It's got the little quote unquote gum massagers. It looks like it's got a good amount of bristles. It's got the angled head, so it can get in hard to reach places. Um, but one of the things that Dr. Ellie talks about is that she wants you to have that not too soft toothbrush that has lots of bristles and is resilient. And that's a word that she just kept using over and over in her videos was resilient. Okay, so here's what she meant. This is this toothbrush that I was using. Okay, this is the antithesis of resilient. With very little effort, I can completely compress these bristles. So if I, with very little effort, can compress those bristles, it's not resilient and it's probably, as she says, not standing up to the plaque and not doing a very good job of breaking up the plaque and brushing away the plaque. By contrast, this is the new toothbrush, and I'm going to tell you all about it in a second, but this is the new toothbrush, and it is much less compressible, more of that resilience that you're looking for. So basically, when you have that toothbrush that has plenty of bristles and it stands up to the brushing and to the teeth, it can actually break up that plaque and brush it away. So the toothbrush that I'm using is actually by the brand Guru Nanda. Um, Now, the brand that you may have seen in many of Dr. Ellie's videos is the Dr. Plotka mouthwasher. And I may still try that in the future. But I actually happened to just find the Guru Nanda in the store. It was $1.50 a toothbrush, and I was looking at it, and it had many of the same qualities of the Dr. Plaka mouthwasher toothbrush. Now, what it does not have is the silver infused bristles, which admittedly is a really cool feature on the Dr. Plaka. So silver has natural antimicrobial properties. It's actually in some wound care items. And so what it does, or one of its big claims to fame is that it actually, as it's drying, it is the silver is actually killing off like 80-90% of the microbes on the toothbrush. So their claim that they're saying is that it's like using a fresh toothbrush every time, which admittedly is really cool. So the one that I'm using does not have that claim, but it's still, I'm going to tell you about it. It's a great toothbrush. All right, so as promised, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this toothbrush. It is called the Guru Nanda Gentle Giant Whitening Flossing Toothbrush. Say that 5 times fast. So at the time of this filming, I have been using this toothbrush for about 4 or 5 days, and I have already been really impressed by it. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you here on camera and talk a little bit about some of the features. So if you look at this, you can see that you have your spiral bristles, And then above that, you have your flossing bristles. And so these flossers are, I believe it said, like 1/10 the width of a regular bristle. And they come up, and this is kind of what is really gonna, both of these put together is what's gonna really help get these advanced results above and beyond using a regular standard bristle brush. So the spiral bristles on this brush, the way that they are put together makes them, our keyword of the day, more resilient. And because it is standing up to the brushing and it stands up to the plaque, it actually is more effective in brushing that plaque away. And then the little flosser bristles are really cool because they just get into all those little nitty gritty grooves that your regular toothbrush and my regular toothbrush is most likely missing. So it's going to get into those little crevices, it's going to get at and below the gum line, it's going to get between teeth, and that is what's going to make it so effective at cleaning the teeth more effectively. Because these bristles are getting into these super hard to reach areas, you're actually going to have a more effective clean. And then you add that to the fact that you have these really good quality bristles that are more resilient. And what it does is between the two of them, you get in there and it breaks up the plaque that's sticking to the teeth and brushes it away. So that's why you essentially have this polishing effect. And it really does 100% feel like you just stepped out of the dentist chair every time you brush your teeth. So that's really exciting because I already felt like that's what I was feeling because I have been following Dr. Ellie using Xylitol for about 4 months now. So my teeth and mouth already felt super clean. So this is even elevating it more, which is super exciting. So that's why I'm saying if you are someone like me who's still sitting on the fence, sitting on the advice to, change up your toothbrush and try something different, I really honestly recommend that you go ahead and try something, whether it's the Guru Nanda or if it's the Dr. Plotka, just go ahead and try to upgrade your toothbrush because I really didn't think it was going to make that much difference because I was already seeing such great results, but it really has made a tremendous difference. So, what is it like using one of these flossing toothbrushes? It is really cool, honestly, is how I would best describe it, because it does definitely feel different than brushing with your standard toothbrush. It feels like it is just getting everything everywhere all at once. And it actually foams up the toothpaste more. And I think that's because those little flossers are kind of, they're just doing their thing everywhere in your mouth. So it feels like it actually is making the toothpaste more effective somehow. So, but when you're using it, it feels really good. It feels effective, but also it's super, super gentle and super soft. So if you do have sensitive teeth, sensitive gums, this is also going to be a great choice for you. So as you're getting in there, you're brushing, it feels like it would almost be, um, you would have to work to brush too hard because I know that's something that dentists warn about is, don't brush too hard because you can damage your enamel. So my husband, for instance, he is just a lifetime hard brusher. When we have our toothbrushes, his has to get replaced sooner than mine does because it is like it's fraying. Because he's just in there. I don't know what his teeth ever did to him, but like he is brushing the heck out of them. So if you do have a history of being a hard brusher, this is probably another good reason for you to try one of these flossing toothbrushes because it really does make it hard to brush too hard. And so that's one of its claims on the packaging is that it is very safe on enamel because it is so soft. But somehow still more resilient than a regular toothbrush, but then at the same time more gentle than a regular toothbrush. So we're kind of in a paradox of of toothbrush wonder here. But but anyway, another thing that makes it kind of really good for our family's purposes and for the purposes if you're following Dr. Ellie and you are starting to implement gum massage, it is fantastic for gum massage. So normally when I'm doing gum massage with my regular toothbrush, I always have to be careful because, you know, the gums are very sensitive. That mucosal tissue is very sensitive. So I'm always, you know, reminding people when I say it on my videos, I'm reminding myself, like, kind of go about half pressure, you know, when you're doing the gums so that you don't hurt the gums, you don't lacerate the gums. And that's worked fine. But with this toothbrush, it's so much gentler on the gums, but at the same time, I feel like I'm getting a more effective gum massage because these bristles just feel like they're everywhere. So just like with the teeth where it feels like they're getting places that I haven't been to before, when I'm doing the gums, it feels like I'm getting into places that I haven't been to before. And I'm already noticing, you know, improvement with my gum massage. My gum massage feels more effective. And then as far as my improvements with my teeth themselves, is I'm already noticing an increased whitening. And I was already seeing significant whitening from using the xylitol, following Dr. Ellie's other suggestions. So I'm even seeing more whitening and just in about 4 or 5 days. So that's really impressive. One thing I did want to point out is that back in my late 20s, I was prescribed chlorhexidine for gum disease, and one of the side effects of chlorhexidine is that it causes brown staining. And I had that side effect, and I was able to get a lot of it off over the years, but I've had this persistent brown staining on my furthest back molars up top. And this has actually, in just 4 or 5 days, already begun making a big impact on that staining. So I'm super excited about that. So this is definitely an effective toothbrush. It feels great and it works great. So anyway, guys, that's really all I had to say about this toothbrush. I just wanted to get on here and share that yes, I have made the switch to a more Dr. Ellie approved toothbrush. I know that she endorses or recommends the Dr. Plotka, but this Guru Nanda Gentle Giant does have some, you know, many things in common with the Dr. Plotka. So whether you go with the Guru Nanda toothbrush, the Dr. Plotka toothbrush, or a different type of whitening flossing toothbrush, I definitely recommend it. Like I said, I regret that I sat on this information so long because I just in just 4 or 5 days, I'm seeing an incredible difference. I'm very happy about it. So anyway, guys, as always, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you enjoyed this video or if you've been using flossing toothbrushes, go ahead and give this video a like, a thumbs up. Give me a comment below if you have any thoughts or opinions, and share this video if you know somebody in your friends or family circle that would benefit from it. And if you like this video and you haven't yet, please consider hitting that subscribe button to help grow and support this channel. We appreciate it so much. And with that, until next time, bye.